Rightio, let's move on to number 7. It was going to be Irene Arrington Park, because I've still got her book, but I've never read the book, so never really went into learning what she lied about. But I'm going to replace her with this dude that I found out about last night. His name's Dr. Henry Lewis, and he is more idiotic than any of the other ex-Satan, apart from Bill Shivlin. He's the lunatic of the bunch. Makes up so much garbage that he sums up the whole mentality of all 20, 30, however many there are overall of these so-called ex-Satanists that never were Satanists in the first place. And I'm gonna play the clips that I found last night. It's Crazy Christians number 1, 2, and 3, and I'm gonna play clips from them, and then I'm just gonna sit there and debunk his absolute nonsense. There's no way, there's no need to prove that he was never a Satanist, because he claims he was the head of all witches in all of America, like Doreen Irvine was the head of all the witches in Europe. So their stories are so outrageous, having no evidence whatsoever is stupid enough, but what they pick on will just shock you. Guitar Hero is evil. Minecraft is evil. This guy's a lunatic. Like I said, some of these guys are clearly mentally ill, and why they have ministries, I have no idea. Well, I will tell you when I sum this up at the end why I believe that. So let's go with this guy.
Someone called and said, is Pokemon demonic?
The answer to that is yes, they are all Oriental demons.
Yep.
And as you read in the Pokemon, in order for Pokemon to advance in power,
provide evidence, please.
It has to evolve to another level, and each evolution, he becomes more demonic in appearance, and eventually he gets to a point where he is totally demonic. And these are all Oriental demons. The names are actually names of demons.
Don't be stupid. They are not. They're made up by a corporation, and they've all have copyrights on their names. Oh my gosh. Hey, how to not do any research whatsoever. Now, the more powerful the Pokemon advance, the more HP points they get, and the more they're able to defeat the other Pokemon in the game. It's a game. Nothing more. There's no, see the thinking, this is really stupid. The thinking is that maybe in real life they could find these Pokemon in the forests and train them so that they could be drawn into witchcraft by having real life Pokemon, which teach the children the teachings of the occult. It doesn't matter. It's not supposed to make sense. The stuff you're like a zombie when you're in these cults, like the one I grew up in. You're not supposed to question the teachings. So, wow, it's gone blue. Anywho.
I'll tell you all, be careful what you let your kids have, what you let them listen to. Isn't there a guitar that's called something Hero?
Yeah, that's a new thing that they're coming out, and the kids are getting really addicted to it. There's another game out that we just recently found out, very addicting, is Minecraft. Build the world.
Minecraft!
And
I've played it once.
we had to step in.
I was so addicted that I got bored with it.
Because they're getting addicted to it.
I watched my mates play it, but I never really got into it myself. I just didn't get to understand the gist of it. I prefer like SimCity. I'm into the older games anyway. I prefer the SimCities and theme park and stuff. Okay, so here's the one on the Smurfs, My Little Pony, and Pokemon. I'm not sure if this caller is legit or he's just trolling this TV show.
We just got a call from Miami. He's watching us on the computer, and I want to know, is My Little Pony a satanic cartoon?
Must be.
One of the greatest witches in the nation is coming on this station, and he's going to tell what they used to do. And I will find out from him too about this little pony thing, because I kind of think it is, but I'm not sure.
If you're running a TV program, this is regarding Gail Riplinger as well. If you're on a television program, shouldn't you research whether the person you're bringing on your show is a compulsive liar or not? Shouldn't you be asking for proof of anything that he says to back it up? Especially if it's on a Christian television station.
And I will find out from him too about this little pony thing.
Because there's that little law about thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not tell fibs, thou shalt not be a Christian con artist preaching this rubbish just to get money.
If you don't know what Smurfs are, they're not that cute little cuddly thing. They are satanic. They do satanic pentagrams, Smurf sheets, Smurf covers, Smurf curtains, Smurf everything. They took out and they burned those Smurf things.
God, I better... Oh no, I've got to go and burn my Star Wars pajamas now. Oh dear. By the way, this crap is still going. I found out last night that there's some dude on YouTube now attacking the Avengers Infinity Wars, saying it's all evil and demonic. And I guess nowadays Ant-Man and Wasp are demonic, and the next Superman movie is going to be demonic, and the next Batman, yada yada yada. Everything in the future is going to be evil. So you can't stop this conspiracy train, this gibberish, nonsensical, lunatic conspiracy train.
Every time a new book on Harry Potter comes out, the witches have to hire somebody to handle all the phone calls from the young people.
That quote is ripped off straight from Stephen Dollins, who also I'll be doing specifically in the dedicated Harry Potter one that I make. I also want to point out that whenever a Harry Potter book came out, the sales of cauldrons just went through the sky. The sales of broomsticks just absolutely hit the roof. And it's stupid.
Thousands of young people will want to become a witch. They're all coming under the lie of witchcraft. They're giving themselves to the devil 100%. It's not something to laugh at. This is how strong the occultic influence is in America.
Please provide names of all the children that left Christianity and joined witchcraftism. Whatever you want to call it.
In the very first book, he's a poor boy. He has no mother and no father. He lives in a closet.
See, that's why The Horse and His Boy by C.S. Lewis is also demonic, because that boy grew up with an abusive father that treated him like crap and hardly fed him. I just want to point out, this isn't true at all, but it's almost the same analogy. Harry Potter comes out of the closet. I just figured that one out. Oh god, I love that metaphor. He comes out of the closet and gets set free. It's like coming out of the closet of being in the cult that believes this crap and being set free. So I'm now out of the closet of believing conspiracy theories that were never true in any way, shape or form.
His aunt and his uncle and his cousin hates him. Nobody knows him. He has no birthday, no holidays, nothing to be happy about.
Probably because his aunt and his uncle and his cousin are Christians and they go to a nice, easy Methodist church and don't believe in this witchcraft nonsense. Well, he says it, doesn't he? Uncle Vernon, there's no such thing as witchcraft, even though he knows it exists. Ding!
Until he turns 11. And then a giant shows up. And he takes Harry away. And he takes him to the Society of Witches, to a school called Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Now, it's my opinion that Hogwarts is a school set up in absolute rebellion against Hogwarts. So you can go into Slytherin, or you can go one step deeper into the occult by joining Hogwarts. What the hell's Hogwarts?
Where everybody knows Harry, because Harry is famous among the witches, and he's also wealthy. Overnight, Harry goes from being a nobody to being the most famous person in his society.
Llegó a ser el más famoso en su sociedad.
Not because of Jesus, because of witchcraft.
Okay, this is where he makes up his whole childhood backstory, totally fictitious in every way, shape or form.
You came from a background, 7 generations of witchcraft.
Yes.
And we were much more dangerous because we were organized and we had a purpose, and the purpose was to take control of the governments of the world. How do you reach the most arrogant, most powerful male witch of America?
Which was you.
Me.
Yeah.
He's the most powerful witch of America. So therefore, Bill Snivlin, Mike Wonke, John Todd, Doreen Irvine, Aleister Crowley. Don't know why I keep bringing a real one into it. But they all had to answer to this guy. He was the head of them all.
Yes. How do you do that? I come from 7 generations of witchcraft.
Yo vengo de 7 generaciones de brujería.
At one time, I was the leading male witch of America. I sat on the council to put the plans together to take this country over. They want your country. They're not happy that they're witches. They want your children. They're out to get your children.
Poder tener a tus hijos.
If they get your children,
Y si toman a tus hijos,
then your children will be destined to a devil's hell. This is not a game. There is a secret society that has been working for centuries, not to take over just America, but to take over the world.
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Of course!
I have one I think is pretty important here. This comes from Seth. He wants to know, can Star Wars figures be demonic?
Can Star Wars figures be demonic? Yes, they can.
You're going to have to go, excuse me, for about half an hour. I'm going to have to go and burn all my Star Wars figures, all my Smurf figures, all my Star Wars posters, t-shirts, pajamas, coffee cups, everything I got Star Wars on, because it's demonic, and that's the reason why when I walk into the spare room with my Star Wars collection, first of all, you got to get through all the poltergeists that are spinning and swirling around in the room, like Poltergeist the movie, of course. Yeah, sorry. To get to my Star Wars figures. Nonsense.
And the Smurfs can be demonic.
Oh, yes.
If you look at the face of Papa Smurf, you'll see Stalin. And if you look at the face of the Smurf that's his right-hand man, you'll see the face of Stalin's right-hand man. And they were banned from France because they were created to promote communism.
That's like saying Asterix and Obelix was banned from France. It's stupid. Or Tintin.
And don't they do pentagrams?
They do magic of all kinds. Now, Star Wars figures was all based upon the Force, being one with the universe. Well, that's what Hinduism teaches you. So they teach you, be one with the Force, and the power will be within you. Okay? Can it be demonic? Yes. There's a lot of things. Pokemon, is all based upon Japanese demons.
So he's changed it from Oriental demons to Japanese demons. Maybe somebody's pointed out the fact that Oriental was kind of a racist word. Or maybe, no, he hasn't done any research. He nearly tricked me, nearly.
And in order for the character to get more power, to go to the next grade of evolution, it has to be more wickeder. And then when it gets to the final stage, they have to rescue it to bring it from that evil being back to being a good spirit.
Okay, I have a top 10 list of I have a separate top 10 list of things that I've given a special name to. I'm going to have to create a name for this one now. This would come under the title of fiction inventions, delusional fictional inventions about things, toys that are real, where the information they say about these characters, toys, cartoon figures, whatever, is not true. Wow, so that's a number 11 to my other list, just added just right there. Wow. Anyhow, so they have to be brought back, so they get the extra hit points, they become more powerful, they kick ass. Then somehow in the game you have to make them good again. Therefore you'd lose their abilities. That doesn't make sense. Maybe there is a special game that he's got a copy of that's the rarest Pokemon game in existence. Maybe that's the black cartridge that JonTron found and went insane over. Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
So, I mean, you need to, I know, people say, well, it sounds like you're against everything. I'm against everything that will put the soul of a child in jeopardy.
Exactly, yes.
Okay? If you're a born-again believer and you've got Harry Potter books in there, if you're not doing researches because you've got a ministry like the ministry we have, burn them things before they steal the souls of your children.
And just having them in your house, it brings the demonic presence, it brings the accursed thing into your home.
Well, I have a confession to make. I don't just have the books, I've got VHS tapes, I've got the DVD collection and the Blu-ray collection. That's a lot of stuff to burn. Oh, don't forget your Harry Potter playing cards. Wow. Oh dear. I am so influenced by the demonic because I have so much Harry Potter paraphernalia and Coca-Cola cups and things. Bugger.
Unbelievable.
Right, here's the part where he talks about his fictitious childhood that never happened, ever.
So, now, when you were a young boy, you were being trained.
I was being trained
to be a witch.
Via Harry Potter books.
Tell me about that.
Well, the organization that my family belonged to was a very secret organization, and everything was done by blood oath.
In other words, he watched Eyes Wide Shut by Stanley Kubrick and The Clockwork Orange and The Shining, and got all his beliefs about secret societies through those movies. Yeah, true.
Now this is going way back, and I was chosen to be the son of Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction. But
Hindu god of destruction?
Yes.
Who was that?
Shiva.
Shiva is one of the principal deities of Hinduism. He is the supreme being within Shaivism. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. One of the major traditions within contemporary Hinduism, Shiva is the destroyer of evil and transformer. Didn't this guy say the opposite?
Hindu god of destruction?
Yes.
Who was that?
the Hindu god of destruction. Well, I'm sorry that it never happened, but no, Shiva's not the god of destruction. Shiva is the god of destroyer of evil and the transformer. So you know nothing about Hinduism, even though you're an expert on the evils of Hinduism. Touché. Within the Trimurti, the Hindu Trinity includes Brahma and Vishnu. They call him Christ, Vishnu, Buddha, Jehovah, our Lord. In Shaivism tradition, Shiva is the supreme being who creates, protects, and transforms the universe. Wow, what a dude. In the tradition of Hinduism called Shaktism, the goddess or Devi is described as supreme, yet Shiva is revered along with Vishnu and Brahma. A goddess is stated to be the energy of creative power, Shakti of each, with Parvati, Sati, the equal complementary partner of Shiva. He is one of the 5 equivalent deities in, oh what a word, Panchayatana Puja of the smarter tradition of Hinduism. Okay, so maybe Wikipedia, could it be that Wikipedia holds more facts about Hinduism than Dave Hunt, Dr. Henry Lewis, Carol Matriciana, and Johanna Michelson put together? Well, yeah. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
From the moment of my birth, my whole life was secret. My sisters that grew up with me, and then we were separated for many years, they have no idea of what was going on because they were never chosen. There was just something about me that the enemy knew that I would be devoted and dedicated to his cause. Shiva laid his hand on me and he said, "Behold, my only begotten Son, in whom I am well pleased with. Hear him as you would hear me. Do to him what you would do to me. What you refuse him, you refuse me."
Now say that you would not have gotten saved, and we're going to find out how you did in a few minutes, but say you wouldn't have. What would have happened to you? Where would you have been?
Okay. One of two things. One, I would have taken over, okay, on this earth and brought the different divisions of the occultic world at that time together in unity. And I would have laid the law down. Anyone that would not follow what I told them would have paid the price for not doing so. Okay. So I would have organized my father's kingdom, knowing that he would sit on the throne, but also believing that I was called to be a prince in his kingdom, a warrior for his kingdom. I was called to be a warrior prince.
Yeah, I think that this is a point where there's definitely mental illness involved in these delusional... For somebody to say that... I mean, yeah, I know. I personally know 3 people that cannot tell the truth, and it's part of their mental illness. This guy's got the same illness, even though he's claiming to be the world's authority on witchcraft and Hinduism. He's delusional, completely delusional. Why people who represent Christ on earth let delusional people spout this crap? It's for viewers, it's for money. Okay, I understand. They're only concerned about the viewing, the advertising, the money, running a television station. They don't care if anything's true or not.